Well, hi there, folks. Welcome back to Mossy Roots Farm. The last video, I just moved the cows, so I'm putting some fence back up. But I wanted to mention alleyways. I'm sure a lot of folks have alleyways. The farm that we got our bull from had a bunch of alleyways, and there's nothing wrong with that. However, I wanted to explain why I don't want alleyways. So, first of all, alleyways. There's like 18 million different rhymes and reasons for them. If you build one just for cows, so machinery cannot get through them, that doesn't sound very smart to me. Because what if I need to drive a tractor up into this section? So, your alleyway becomes 20 feet wide, so you can drive a tractor with a mower or whatever up into this section. Well, what if you have access to a road or you have access to a driveway right around it and you don't need to do that? Well, that's fantastic. However, then what do you do with an alleyway? Do you make it 5 feet wide just so the cows can go through there? Do you make it 6 or 8 feet wide? Because every extra foot you add takes away a lot of pasture. Now you might say, whoa, wait a minute now. It's not a lie. If I have 20 feet wide, 100 feet long, you do the math, to get your area, you end up with 2,000 square feet. Now, that doesn't sound like a lot, but when you consider, I think if I did my math right, these paddocks are like 1,400 square feet, I think. I think that's about the number I wanted to have. Where am I going? I want to go to the barn and turn the fence on, keep these cows in. So I think that's about the number I wanted to have. So yeah, 2,000 square feet to that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But my farm is 1,300 feet from one end to the other, and it is 600 feet from one end to the other, so it's rectangular. Well, that is my point. If I had the whole farm set up and I had an alleyway between everything, I would have to run an alleyway, let's just say 600 feet from one end to the other and 1,300 feet. Well, 600 times 1,300 is quite a lot of area. Now, yes, it's not exactly that, right? Because you would have to do a lot of individual math. But that's my point. 600 times, so let's say it's from that end of the farm here, and let's say it's only 5 feet wide. That's 3,000 square feet. Then, let's go 1,300 times 5. That's 6,500 square feet. So you've almost got a full section, like what they're in right now. You've almost got a full section you're wasting in just alleyways. And that's not including, because obviously I can't, I don't have any good demonstrations here. Obviously, if this is my entirety of my farm and I have a paddock here, well, I can't just have one main branch. I'm going to have sub-branches off of that because there's going to be a section and a section. So you might be talking about a half an acre or more, or even a whole acre on a 20-acre property if I did alleyways. Then add on top of that the cost of fencing. Every time you have an alleyway, you've got to have a fence on both sides, right? I've got a gate here and I've got a gate here, so I have to do that every single alleyway. Or if I don't have alleyways, I could just run a single one here because that would divide that one from that one. So your cost and your gains, I really don't think add up. Now, like I said, I don't do alleyways, so maybe I'm misunderstanding the necessity for them. Forgot to turn the fence on. Give me a second. However, I really, truly do not think that they are a necessity. I can get my cows moved around wherever I want them fairly easily. Now, yes, they are knuckleheads and will go into the wrong section. And if they had an alleyway, I could literally just open up a whole section for them and allow them to go into that section and not worry about where they were going. I also run water everywhere and will continue to add more water pipeline into the system. So I don't see it as a necessity. Now, one farmer that I watch that does alleyways, he has 40 acres and he has it so that he can get to the back section to mow it with his tractor. Now, technically, he does not need those alleyways. He puts them in there because it makes it easier for him, but he doesn't need them. Because if you just fence off the alleyway and include it into the whole thing, you know, you could then strip it the other direction. You know, his is also a rectangle. And trying to find a nice rectangular object. Here we go. His farm is also a rectangle. So he's got a paddock here and some trees and a paddock here and here. Well, this whole thing has an alleyway running through it. If he gets rid of that alleyway, he can then make them real long strips. That way he has more but longer strips so that he can access it all from this front. And then he doesn't have that whole frontage of an alleyway. So, like I say, there's lots of things. Oh my, would you guys like something? Yeah, would you guys like something? You think I'm in here to give you something? So that is why I don't necessarily like alleyways. I don't know that I will do alleyways. You guys are making it dusty in here. I just don't see a need for it. But maybe I'll change my mind later on. Maybe once I get old, maybe I'll want them. You know, it could truly just be that, you know. It could just be that because I'm so young right now, I don't really care about the extra work that might happen, you know. So, but anyhow, folks, enough of me ranting. Let me take care of some cows that just happened to come to the barn. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.